Good afternoon, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark and today I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2007 model Holden VE Commodore Amiga. We'll start at the front of the car and we'll just glance across the front bumper bar, the bonnet. A few very minor touch-ups have already been done on the car, you know, consistent with its age being nearly 7 years old. As we come around to the driver's side, you do notice that it is fitted with the polished chrome alloy wheels. 19-inch alloys, so that is actually they've gone up market on this car as compared to just your base alloy that the car came out with originally. The Juco on the driver's side presents really well. Once again, a few minor little touch-ups here and there, but yeah, once again, as I mentioned earlier, consistent with age. As we head around towards the rear of the car now, you do notice it is fitted with the factory rear spoiler. Also is fitted with tow bar. Obviously we leave the tongue off the car when it is sitting out here in the yard to prevent theft or injury. Important to note the Commodore 2.1 tonne towing, so it'll certainly do the job you need it to do as far as towing capacity goes. As we move down the left hand side of the car, as I mentioned with the alloys earlier, very important to note, apart from a very light scuff on the right hand rear alloy, they're virtually unmarked. So present in really good order, very similar to the Juco coming down the passenger side. Really struggle to pick any blemishes on the passenger side, so overall the presentation of the exterior of the car is really impressive. Certainly been very well looked after so far in its life. So moving under the bonnet of the Commodore now, just a simple push on the lever here to release the bonnet. Get it right, Mark, thank you. 3.6 litre V6 motor will give you 175 kilowatts of power and 325 Newton meters of torque. Just excuse the train going to Traralgon. It'll probably beep for us again once more any minute now. Will also deliver 10.6 litres combined per 100 Ks, so in effect over 700 kilometres to a tank of fuel. Really good economy for a good family size car. Also really important to note, this car is fitted with gas. The gas system was fitted to the car in 2012. So important to note, your gas compliance must be checked every 10 years. So there's no need to worry about the gas being re-inspected on this car until 2022. Just important factors to note that you're not spending any additional money on servicing. So moving back around to the rear of the car, simple push on one of the two factory keys to release the boot lid. Nice good size, gas struts well out of our way, so easy access to the storage area. You do notice, even though it is fitted with the gas and it's probably an 80 litre tank, that gas tank, you've still got a fairly large amount of storage room. I'm still going to get my golf clubs in there, so still plenty of room, which is good. So now we're in the interior of the Holden Commodore Amiga. We'll just run through a few of the features of the car. We do have light sensitive headlights, so when you've got them set to auto, the headlights will automatically come on as it gets dark as night approaches. On our indicator stalk we've got our factory cruise control settings, so really simple setup. Also our steering wheel is height and reach adjustable in the Commodore, so set ourselves up where we're nice and comfy, we can see all the instrumentation on the dash, and then we just lock it away into position like so. On our steering wheel, few controls just to run through. Just our sound control for our audio here. You can actually mute the sound if you need to. And then over on this side, control your audio, either CD, AM or FM, just by the audio button. And then we just have our trip computer button at the bottom there. Just feeds you all the information on the dashboard about average speed, average fuel consumption. You can set your overspeed so you don't get booked for speeding. And then of course it does display the speed you're travelling at digitally as well if required. Do also notice previous owner has fitted this car with a brake controller, so anytime you're towing in excess of 750 kilos you should have one of those fitted anyway. We'll move into the centre console section now. Just have our little LED display screen up there, just indicates what station we're listening to. Same thing, if we're playing CDs it'll indicate the track and so on. All of our controls for our audio down the bottom here as well, but as I mentioned you can control them off the actual steering wheel. Our heating and cooling controls just below there. You will see on the right hand side there just a little auxiliary input. as well for the stereo. And then we come down to the bottom where our T-bar auto is. Just move our T-bar forward there, just so you can see these two buttons. We've got one button to manually turn our traction control off, and we also have a button there for sports shift as well. So just a matter of hitting that, and it does indicate up on the dash exactly what mode you're in. Further behind the T-bar, we've got all of our outer exterior mirror controls. We can manually lock and unlock the doors, and then our power window switches, which we can also isolate all the other windows if need be, just so the kids aren't playing around with them. Cup holders just there, handbrake on our right hand side. So relatively simple setup in this particular year of the Commodore. The Amiga was, you know, basically just a really plain simple setup. Just a console, inside the console lid there we do have another 12 volt outlet, just if you want to plug in a phone charger or something as well. It's overall really clean on the interior. Let's just turn that off for a moment, the phone. We'll ring the daughter back in a minute. Just important to note the seats and the carpets. Interior wise, it's a really clean car. We've got drivers and passenger airbags as well. And this car, actually, doing the research online based on what I've read, is a 5-star ANCAP safety rating as well. So, you know, safe, reliable motoring. Nice car. So just in summary, a few key points. 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 175 kilowatts of power, 325 Newton meters of torque. Still delivers you 10.6 litres combined per 100 Ks. So you've got the power and performance, but you've got the economy as well. For an example of a 2007 model Holden Commodore Amiga, I hope this has given you a really good idea of the quality of our example. Feel free to give us a call with any further questions, 9907 0555. Yeah.